I love Star Wars, you love Star Wars. Star Wars is just the greatest, at least the original trilogy. I mean, the prequels are kinda poopy, Episode 7 was alright, it was a bit of a rehash, but done really well, and we're all waiting for Episode 8 to do something really good and original. Oh, also, Battlefront from DICE was also kinda poopy. Can we all agree on that? Okay, good. Before I'm going to list all the reasons why you should be cautious about pre-purchasing Battlefront 2, allow me to throw some praise its way. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's DICE, so we can expect sound to be quite orgasmic. Also, the idea of including all the eras is really cool, even though it's something that previous Battlefront games have done. It's good that it's making a comeback here. Single player is another great addition to the game, and the story to me seems way more interesting than Rogue One's premise, but that's just my subjective opinion. But the biggest praise I can give it is the complete lack of a season pass. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you for realizing that splitting a player base by introducing map packs is a bad idea. I mean, who the fuck would have thought? No more map packs that 80% of the player base doesn't have. No more logging into empty player lobbies. Essentially, you buy the game and you get the game. Who'd have thought this might happen? In 2017, especially with EA behind the wheel. I only hope that more publishers will realize how consumer-friendly this is and pick up on this practice. Activision, get up on it. Oh boy, I realize I'm about to dig myself a hole here. But I mean, fuck it, let's get to it. We're not here to get positive. We are here to get super skeptical. And while all these things that I've listed look really cool on paper, I can't help it, but I still smell a lot of bullshit coming our way. First of all, the lack of a season pass is great, like I said. But since it's still EA, I'm sure they will make up for it with cosmetic microtransactions. And while that's a better system than having a season pass, I still miss the days where you just bought the game and unlocked most of its content while playing it. That trend seems to be gone, unless you're not CD Projekt Red. But this is the thing that I can live without. It's not absurdly amazing, but it's fine. What makes me a bit more irritated is that everyone keeps getting super excited over Battlefront all of a sudden now having as much content as a regular AAA title. Now, is it a good thing that DICE and EA realized that it might have messed up with Battlefront? Sure, but haven't we learned our lesson? Battlefront had issues, and those issues were mostly gameplay and content related. It was shallow, so shockingly shallow, and from the gameplay that was shown at E3, I'm not getting my hopes up. And while they might be fixing the content issue here, the gameplay from what was shown, at least for me, still remains the same. People are still constantly running around like idiots, there doesn't seem to be any squad system, and don't tell me that this doesn't look like a clusterfuck to you.
This is when it gets insane. Everyone's going to have it equipped, although it was really fun in the original Battlefront.
That's right.
But I am going to be excited to hop in a jump trooper and shred people myself.
I mean, I know a lot of people love the jump pack.
Oh,
geez.
now we've got Rey.
Oh.
Not gonna lie, I'm super excited to play as her.
She's quite a powerful character.
Don't run.
There's some of her
She's got
ability.
reinforcements, and especially this late in the game, you'll see a lot more of these special classes coming out, a lot more of the heroes coming out. So again, this jump trooper here, with his rocket launcher and his jump pack, trying to be mobile, trying to fly into that last zone and capture a point.
This is really where heavies are going to thrive as well, because
there it is.
my goodness, you just see
laying down
tearing
fire
through the doorway, just absolutely dominating the clones. They need to push out. They need to fight this one out here. There are so many simple droid.
No, but Rey
So how
has,
does
Rey
her
has
mind
ability.
trick affect enemies?
Absolutely. So Rey's mind trick is something that against all enemies, they'll be confused for a little bit, and your controls will kind of...
This is when it gets insane.
Look, I'm saying it right now. I might be completely wrong and talking out of my ass. Battlefront 2 might be the best game of 2017. But there is a reason why around 3,000 people are playing Battlefront on the PC daily. Which is not much. Not much at all. And the issue isn't the lack of content at this point. Here's the thing. Has the gunplay improved? Slightly. Are the heroes still OP as fuck? Probably. Unless it's Rey, from what we've seen. And maybe the map that was previewed at E3 wasn't the best. Maybe it doesn't represent the game at all. Maybe the maps will be more open and Darth Maul won't be dominating everyone by just looking in their general direction. Maybe that will be the case. But from the footage that we've seen, I'm not keeping my hopes up. And the flying. Oh my god, I used this clip in my previous video and I just have to use it now.
I said, wait a minute, I could destroy people with this. So I just charged into the room and just absolutely shredded everyone. It was so fun to play with here. We're also seeing some great dogfighting here between the clones and the separatists. This is certainly what a lot of folks love in Star Wars, and just really in any game that DICE makes, right? They just always do a good job with the air combat. He's really trying to track him down. This vulture's
They're just flying around in circles. It's the equivalent of a dog chasing after its tail. That whole presentation had a cringe factor to it. Does it look better than a previous Battlefront? In a way, sure. But it looks more like a update or an expansion pack, more than an actual sequel. And look, I'm not your parent. I'm not here to tell you what you should and what you shouldn't do with your money. And if you're one of those people that applauded in cinema when AT-ST showed up in Rogue One, you have already pre-ordered the Elite Troop Deluxe Edition. Speaking of, what do you actually get from the Elite Troop Deluxe Edition? You get to play the game 3 days early. Okay, well, that's a thing. You get a grip for a blaster and an epic star card. Well, that's a thing too, I guess. And as for the rest, well, you get more weapons that you won't have to unlock, attachments for them, and star cards. That's kinda it. So, am I excited for the new Battlefront? After what was shown at E3, not so much. Maybe if they'll show some other maps, more open maps. But I hope, like Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, I hope it will be good. I do. The last thing I want is for us to have another shitty game that we'll play for like 3 hours and then get bored of it. What I'm saying is, haven't we been burned before? Just wait for more gameplay footage. Wait for more info on how the game is actually going to play, what the mechanics are going to be, what the other maps are going to look like. Just wait. But at the end of the day, you are your own boss. You're the one who decides what he's going to do with his money. If you want to spend them on a bag of black dildos, that's your right. I'm not here to tell you you shouldn't do it. In fact, I'll sell them to you if you want. Just private message me. And a random asshole on the internet, such as myself, won't convince you not to buy a game that you really like. Even if he might have a degree in medicine. But just as an advice, keep your hype realistic. Look at the past titles from DICE and just adjust your expectations accordingly. Did you like Battlefront? If your answer is yes, why are you even watching this video? We can all just hope. We can hope that they won't fuck it up for the second time.